Hi, I'm Shannon Bingham. I'm here today with Patty. And Patty, let's hear a little bit about your history.
Yeah, Shannon, thanks for having me. So my history has all been in recruiting and staffing.
Awesome.
It's 30 some odd years now. And I've worked with everything from skilled labor to office and professional positions, marketing, management, and everything in between across the country.
That's
amazing. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So now you're involved with some really cool stuff which happens overseas. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so at the end of last year, I decided I need to make a pivot. And but recruiting and staffing is in my blood. Matching people with opportunities is something that is definitely a passion of mine. So I found, I just kind of stumbled into this opportunity through my network. And it is solving the talent shortage for accounting and agriculture. Now, two extremely different audiences, two extremely different workforces. Ironically, they're the same challenges of lack of talent in the United States. So this new venture taps into the talent out of South Africa, which is a modern farming country. They are an advanced education system. So it's a great talent pool to access to fill those voids.
So tell me a little bit about the talent that you're looking for when you talk about that.
Sure. So the talent, what we're finding on the accounting side is there are some shocking statistics. 70%, give or take, of the CPAs and accountants are eligible to retire in the next 10 years.
Wow.
And now you're just talking baby boomer demographics. Following that, you have the Gen Xers, which is my group of half, all right? Half of our numbers, just in general. But just by sheer population numbers, there's not enough to backfill those roles. Compound that with accounting has evolved into a career that's just not as sexy as other careers like marketing or other roles. So it's seen declining enrollment. Individuals say, gosh, it's tax season, I gotta work 80 hours a week. Right. So just, you've got the aging population, you've got lower enrollment, and we're gonna have a severe shortage here in the States. So what attracted me was learning about the South African education system and how it's equivalent to the United States. So it's not tapping into entry-level cheap offshore labor. This is tapping into strategic offshore labor.
Which is one of your top strengths in your Gallup.
It is, yes. Yeah, we top 5 strengths, a ranger, activator, strategic is in there, command. Yeah, I love looking at the strategy of things. And when you
especially just with a ranger to power that up.
Yeah, big time, big time. The arranger piece is, I like to figure out where the pieces go, take action quickly, and then look 5 steps down the road.
Yes, same.
So, okay, that's awesome.
I know, it's up there in mine too. So talk about the modern farming that you just talked about for South Africa, because I mean, a lot of people don't understand what that is.
You're right, Shannon. So on the farming side, very different from agriculture, but yet same challenges. You have the aging farmers, you've got declining population in the small towns, the younger adults don't want to go into farming. And farming is very advanced these days. Farming is utilizing technology like drones and GPS equipment. And so you've got farmers who need labor. There's no labor available, so they have to look overseas. And one of the advantages of looking into South Africa is they have a modern farming culture that utilizes the same technology that we do here. Meaning, the difference is some of these countries get the equipment that is leases expire here in the States. Then that equipment is sold to other countries, so they're getting equipment that's not being used here. And that's one of the big challenges I hear from farmers.
That's interesting. I mean, it's the same challenges we have here a lot of the times, but I think with the aging farmers and the new ones trying to be recruited, how do you go about doing that?
Right. And so we have the H-2A visa process, which is, it's an expensive process for a farmer to tap into. It is not cheap labor like a lot of people might think, but it's a legal way to tap into farming talent. And the benefit of South Africa is they're in a different hemisphere.
Right.
So their farming seasons are opposite of what we have here in the United States. And that's one of the
that's so they could do the
exactly.
Wow.
So they're done farming in South Africa, then they can come, they can rotate here. And that was one of the inspirations behind our name.
So tell me the name of it again.
So we're Hemisphere Talent Solutions. So we're tapping into talent out of another hemisphere.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So what are some of your goals for this coming year with this company?
Great question. So goals, we have our offshore talent team, and I've been so impressed with the talent that we've recruited. So our goals are to expand our customer base here in the United States to offer offshore accounting services. And then conversely, we want to build our client base on the agriculture side. We want to let them know we have an alternative that is an English-speaking population that knows how to use the equipment that you have on your farm, so these folks are ready to go, and that reduces the training time. So that's really our goal.
Oh, that's great. How long is the training time on that getting someone up and going?
Gosh, you know, it depends.
Does that include the visa?
No, it doesn't include the visa. So the training time for a farm labor individual really depends on the experience they have. And that's the number one thing I'm hearing from farmers is, can you please send me someone who knows how to use the equipment that we have here on our farm? And that's our goal, is to match that individual, so the training time is as minimal as possible. You know, if we can get them up and running on a farm in a week, that enables that farmer to then step back, let that person work, and then they can work on the business of their farm.
Yep. And that's important, I think, key for business owners in general, is to find the right people to put into place.
Absolutely, and that's really what I've spent my
solutions.
30 years doing, is matching people to the needs of the business, and then making sure that the solution is the right solution for the business. And sometimes it's not the person, it's sometimes something different. On the accounting side, our objective is to really solve what are those challenges that you're having in terms of retaining people or turnover, and can we find the right person to step into that role, again, with little to no training, to help that, whether it's a CPA firm, a private equity firm, or even a nonprofit,
Right.
So that they can focus on their business. Shannon, I'll tell you, one of the interesting things is I've been in this Hemisphere Talent Solutions now for 10 months, and I had no idea how much international labor was being used to offset the labor shortage here in the States until I started paying attention to it. Next time you go to your doctor's office, find out who does their explanation of benefits, their billing, who's their executive assistant, and I'm finding that there is a lot of nonprofits taking advantage of the benefits of international labor to offset the fact that nonprofits have limited budgets, but yet they still need a comparable skill set to corporate America. And that's the cool thing about international talent.
So how can they hear about you if they're trying to get in this talent pool that you have?
So, great question. How can you hear about us? Well, we're active on LinkedIn. We're doing things like this to tell the community, hey, here's the problem that we're solving, and call us. If we're not the right solution, we'll tell you. And the great thing is, because we've been in the business for 30 years, if we're not the right solution, we'll get you to the right one. But yeah, we welcome a conversation just to explore whether or not we could help fulfill those needs.
I love that. So with a ranger and strategy up top, it's hard for us to shut off. So what do you do to keep balance in your life?
So that's a good question, and you're absolutely right. It's really hard to shut that off because it's easy to see things to fix, right? So I've learned I got to use the other side of my brain. So my husband and I have a property out in Elkhorn. I like to do things in the garden, and I'm terrible at it. Things die.
That's an opinion.
But yeah, nothing like digging in the soil to once your brain shuts off, it actually, I think, allows your brain to work more efficiently.
Yes.
And I've solved problems out there because I'm not thinking of it.
Because you're not in it.
Yep. And then the other thing I've done is we bought a fixer-upper 12 years ago, and almost done with it over 12 years, and it's allowed me to just be creative.
I love it.
So that's what's helped me.
That's awesome. And you have grandkids and...
Oh my gosh, yes. I have 5 grandchildren, and all boys. So we have one garage dedicated to all of the toys to play. Now we're talking quads and battery-powered ATVs and things like that. But
any new recruits for Hemisphere?
Yeah, right. Yeah, future talent, for sure. For sure.
Could be. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Patty. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And hear all about what's going on with your business. So
yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.